Welcome to War Thunder with Subdude. How y'all doing today? Well, as you can see by the banner, it is Black Friday. Well, if you know what that means, you are probably part of the U.S. contingent. Generally, the day after Thanksgiving, one of the holidays that we celebrate here every November, is Black Friday. The holiday is on a Thursday. The day after, well, that was nice, is a day of massive sales, pre-Christmas, hoopla, yada yada, and falling into that trap, Gaijin has done the same. No arguments. I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. Matter of fact, they have some pretty good deals. Go check them out. But that aside, let's talk about the next patch. The next patch is probably going to be mainly Sweden-centric. And Sweden, Finland, Norwegian, Scandinavian-centric is the best way to put it. Have no idea whether they're going to be individual Norwegian planes or whether there's going to be, more Finnish planes than the one that's currently pre-order. Well, not pre-order. It's actually, you can buy it. But this is something that hopefully Gaijin will get it right soon. Especially when we start looking at planes that everyone wants in the game. I understand the English are going, my Lightning. And I'm like, I agree with you. I would love to see the Lightning in game. And, other people are going, my Jaguar. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see that. We've got the T2. The Jaguar would be a good plane to have, not to mention it has fantastic bombing capabilities. But this next couple of patches, and I don't mean 1.95. 1.95 is pretty much set in stone. But in the next few patches, Gaijin really should spend some time filling in. We've already set the top. The top right now is the F4s. You got the FGR2 and the F4C. And those are the top. Now, some may go, my MiG-21. Like, okay, whatever. Your MiG-21. And great. The French are going to get filled in. Yes, they're not going to get their Mirage this time around. They may get something. Who knows? I have no idea. And we won't know until the dev blogs start rolling out, and we've already seen one for a reserve aircraft. Cool. It's cute. It'll be an interesting fly, and I'm going to end up having to grind a whole new tech tree. This is annoying, but expected. But there's a lot of planes we're missing in between. And when I say a lot, I'm not kidding. The F-94 Starfire, the F-11F Tiger, the F-10F Jaguar. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. It's an interesting Grumman plane, and it would be absolutely hilarious to have that plane in game. And there's other things too. It isn't all just about my Phantom or my Mirage or my MiGs. there's planes that are going to have to be fill-ins. When Gaijin first launched the game, the top two planes in the game, well, top three if you really wanted to look at it, were the Meteor, and I believe they only had the F4 at the time. They had the F3, but I think they only had the top one was the F4. I might be wrong. It's been a long 7 years. The Americans had the F-86 A, and the Soviets had the MiG-15. Not Abyss, just the MiG-15. And then they backfilled a lot. And now we're front filling. And we've front filled to the F4 and the MiG-21. We've skipped over a lot of aircraft, a lot of history. And there should be a lot of backfilling because there's a lot of very good planes that we have jumped over and just are not in the game. Now, bomber pilots are probably going, my B-52 or my Tu-95 or whatever, my Bear. Okay, great. Love to see them someday when we have maps that are 500 kilometers on a side and a place you can actually land the damn things. Because right now you can't land any of those planes anywhere. They're too big. Well, somebody else is going to say, my Hustler. Like, oh boy, I wouldn't mind seeing the Hustler. The B-58 would be an awesome plane. Delta wing, 4-engine, screaming beast. But, again, it's a bomber, and it really doesn't have a lot of use in the game because we don't have strategic targets that are worth a plug nickel. And the maps are too small. When we're talking about playing around with planes like that, when they did testing with the B-58 Hustlers, they flew from Texas, which is in about the middle of the United States, south side, but still middle between east and west. They flew to California, the west coast, performed their mission at low altitude, and then flew back to Texas. Now, they might have refueled in the return flight, but they made that ingress to California on internal fuel at low altitude. And they was boogity, boogity, boogity all the way. We don't have a map that's even comparable to that distance. We need more maps, but we also need backfilling of planes. We don't have the B-45 Tornado. The B-66 Destroyer. The A-3D. We've got a lot of tactical aircraft. The F-100 on the screen, that is a tactical aircraft. The F-4 in its current guise, the F-4C, makes a better tactical aircraft than it does a fighter. It's good at putting bombs on target or air-to-ground missiles on target. but we need some backfilling. The F-8 Crusader. God, I want to see the Crusader. The last of the gunfighters. Initially designed to be guns. 4 20mm Colt revolver cannons. It eventually acquired 4 sidewinders to use at the same time. The Crusader is an awesome plane. French used it too. And I want to see it back in the game. Or not back in the game, I want to see it put into the game. The F-11 Tiger. Grumman aircraft, I want to see that put in the game. The F-101 Voodoo. My God, the Voodoo is an awesome looking plane. And it's a progenitor to the F-4 Phantom II. I also want to see the Demon. The Demon is a progenitor to the F-4 Phantom II. Matter of fact, the F-4 was an outcropping of the Demon aircraft. They were trying to make the Demon faster. They were trying to make a Demon 2. What they made was the Phantom 2. Taking it from 1 engine to 2 engines. And upscaling. Because the Demon is nowhere near as large as the F-4 Phantom. And we don't have the Phantom. I can't remember what that is. The FH Phantom. With 4 50 cals in the nose. Yeah. Didn't have much else, but it had 4 50 cals. Oh yeah, it could carry some rockets too. But you see where I'm going here. And every nation has its fillers. The Swedes, if done right, will probably get the Draken. And the Lansen and some others. I'm not sure what they are. The Swedish tree is going to be an interesting fill. And I look forward to it. Just to see what's new, what's interesting. Unlike the Chinese tree, which was basically a complete and total copy-paste with just changing a couple of specs here and a couple of specs there. I don't care for the Chinese tree one iota. Nada. There's nothing in it that makes me even tingle with anticipation. I know some people, they went absolutely snake shit crazy and they said, I got to have my J7 too. Like, okay, whatever, go ahead. I don't care. There's a lot of planes, but for the most part, the Chinese is a completely copy-paste waste of time. They should have left it with Tencent, and that should have been it. But they didn't. So, looking forward, we need to be looking at backfilling aircraft. And keeping it real, there are planes that we need in the game, or desire, I think is probably a better word. And planes that have no place in the game under current mechanics of the game. That means you, B-52, and Tu-95 Bear or 92. I don't remember what it is. I don't care. But those big super bombers are not something we need in the game. The B-58 Hustler, as much as I would jones over getting that in the game, we don't need in the game. Now, a B-45 and maybe a B-66 would be acceptable. Good planes. And, oh my gosh, an American bomber with a tail gun. Oh, be still my heart. So it wouldn't be just the Russians and the Chinese with a tail gun. Not to mention the tail gun's 20 millimeters, so it would definitely be a improvement. Good coffee. Black Friday morning. Well, take a look at the deals that Gaijin's got. They've got some good 50% deals. Unfortunately, I bought all the ones that I wanted already. Bought them years ago. They've got some reductions on the buy for Golden Eagles also. And I understand that the Black Prince is available in the British line of tanks. And at the end of the sale, it will disappear from your ability to purchase. Those who own it will have it. Those who don't, it won't be seen anymore. And we know how that works. It'll be gone for as long as they want it to be gone, and then they'll bring it back for another infusion of money, which is basically good capitalist procedure. So, that's all I've got. This is Subdude signing out. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow, and we'll catch you in the sky in Air Realistic on the good maps. Take care, folks, and have a great weekend.